Okay, another half minute and then we'll take a poll question. Okay, hope all of you are done with this. Shall we move on? Right, so we have seen what is the importance of communication skills and how self-introductions are very important in communication skills. So we will now quickly take a poll. 30 seconds for your poll question. Okay, I'm closing it now. Your time is up. Okay, I'll share the results with you, all of you. You can check. We have got two different majority answers between to gain respect and to be successful in life. So I'll share the results with all of you. So it's interesting to see that most of you think self introductions will help you to gain respect from others. And some of you also think that they are essential to be successful in life. Okay, right. So, shall we move on again with the next part of self introductions? Right. So when we introduce ourselves now, usually because of pandemic, we find that even the interviews, even the classwork, everything is happening online, and we find that a lot of students, maybe all of you, would have been experimenting with different online mediums, different forms. So when we are doing these self introductions, we thought we can include it using some of these videos and how you present yourself, how you express yourself, how you introduce yourself. So, whether it is an offline mode or an online mode, whenever you're introducing yourself, some of these things are essential. So, the first thing is you have to be very careful about your voice. When we talk about voice, it is your volume. So, when I'm addressing a group of 50 students, I'll have to tone down my voice. It shouldn't be so loud as though I'm addressing a group of 1,000 people or 500 people. So it is important for me to adjust my volume depending on the audience and how the number that is present there to whom I'm delivering a lecture or speaking personally. And the second thing is about clarity. So anything that you speak, it should be clearly understood by the other person. So check out on your pace because it shouldn't be too fast, not too slow. Because sometimes if we are too slow, then people might feel bored and they would not be able to understand what you're saying. They feel that it is nagging. So try to keep up to the pace. And if you're too fast, the other person wouldn't get the message that you want to deliver, and it wouldn't be registered with them. So we thought of giving you some hints quickly, that is the three P's. So when you are trying to introduce yourself, look at or observe these three P's. One is pace, second is pitch, and the third is pause. So the pace, the speed at which you're speaking, and pitch is also very important, where you lay emphasis on certain words and what do you want the other person to understand. So based on that, you lay emphasis and lay stress on certain words, something we call intonation. And the other is the pause. So you have to take breaks in between when you speak for the other person to register what you're saying. So there should be appropriate pauses or breaks in between. So these are some of the things that you can remember when you are doing your self introductions. Okay, so we have two examples here. We'll play two videos for you. You can watch the videos.
Tired of cold calling? Introducing Lucia, the easiest, most...
Your voice is a vital tool for grabbing and maintaining audience attention. You may have worked out your killer message, but if you deliver it in a dull, flat, monotone way, it's going to be instantly forgettable and fall on deaf ears. Instead, try delivering it with passion, enthusiasm and energy, and I promise you it will make a real difference. Think about your tone. Is this a serious message that requires a warm but authoritative tone? Or is it a message meant to inspire and excite that requires a lighter tone and higher pitch? Adapt your voice accordingly, but above all, try to create a natural conversation with the interviewer using simple language and that natural warm tone. When cameras go live, we know that nerves very often kick in, and if you don't control your voice, you can speed through your messages really, really fast, making less of an impact. So take a breath, smile, and speak slowly and clearly, giving your audience time to absorb what you are saying. And finally, think about the key word or words you want remembered in a sentence and emphasise them accordingly. If you don't do that, the sentence will sound dull and flat. But if I take a pause and really place emphasis on a key word, then I have far more impact.
Welcome.
Could you play the second one also, sir?
Sure.
Anything you say has a pitch pattern. If you use the same pitch pattern repeatedly, it will sound monotonous and your listeners will switch off. Using different pitch patterns, known as intonation, helps to give different meanings to your phrase. Use a phrase that you might use in your daily routine. It could be,
I'd like a cup of tea with milk and 1 sugar. I've got to run to catch the train. Oh, I need you to feed the dog. I forgot to do it this morning.
say the feed the dog sentence as you normally would, but then repeat it with your lips held closed. The sound helps you to focus on the pitch pattern rather than the words. It also helps you to focus internally on your sound.
I need you to feed the dog. I forgot to do it this morning.
Just
Repeat
a
the
minute.
lips closed version and then exaggerate it
Varsha,
by making the
don't
higher
get
notes
able
higher.
to listen to. They're not able to hear, it seems. Can we play it once again? Maybe your Laptop is muted. Okay, you can hear. Okay. Yes, sir. We can play.
And the lower notes lower. Now, open your lips and say the phrase again, using the more exaggerated pitch patterns.
I need you to feed the dog. I forgot to do it this morning.
The intonation can indicate your emotional state or the intention behind the words. You may find that your pitch pattern differs with context. Notice how the pitch pattern changes your understanding and communicates meaning. For example,
Feed the dog. Feed the dog. Feed the dog.
throughout the day, be aware of the pitch patterns you use and experiment with more exaggerated or more subtle changes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So now you understood how pitch, clarity, volume, all these play a very important role in how you speak, how you present yourself during your self introductions. Okay. So we'll also take you through some of the ways in which self introduction can be done, and these are a few tips. So when you're doing your self introductions, you have to use both non-verbal forms as well as verbal cues, so that the other person would understand or get your emotions as well. So the first thing in verbal, when you look at it, don't make it something very difficult for the other person to understand. Don't avoid jargon and use simple words so that there is a lot of clarity in what you speak and the other person understands your thoughts. The second is using short sentences instead of lengthy sentences which do not make any sense. Try to keep it simple and short. And the other one, know your audience. You have to draft your introduction based on who your audience are. If I'm doing it in a professional context, I will do my introduction, I'll prepare it in a different way. But if I'm doing it informally, I'm introducing myself to someone, a neighbor or someone whom I have met recently, then this would be something different. So, based on who your audience is, whom you are talking to, you please draft your self introductions accordingly. And talking about the non-verbal cues again, please make sure that you're using the right kind of body language kinesis. So gestures are important, posture is important, eye contact is important. So when you maintain that eye contact, the other person will be able to see that kind of interest that you have, and are you really honest. They try to get or understand a lot of things through your body language. And the other is, please always wear a positive facial expression that definitely has a lot of impact on others. So these are a few tips that you can follow while you are doing your introduction videos. Okay, shall we move on? Right. So look at some of these. I just gave you some hints, I dropped some pointers so that you get to know what you actually would include in your self introductions. So you can directly, straight away begin with I'm so and so, but think of creative ways in as to how you can do that. You can also use a hook sentence, something which makes you unique as a person. You can begin with those sentences as well. And then you can also include phrases like I would like to, I would love to, I'm passionate about something, I believe in. You can talk about your beliefs, how, what are your, what make you, what you are as a person, and then what you enjoy doing, And then if you're learning something these days, or something that you like, and you have started doing it recently, you can include something like that. You can talk about, your travel diaries, your travel experiences. And you can also talk about your favorite person, someone who has inspired you in your life to do something. All these can be a part of your self introduction. Okay, so you can take hints from these, you can add something more to it, and you can create a video. So what we want you to do is, you can come up with your self introduction videos, and you can share them with us, you can share them with your friends. After you do that, we'll walk you through the process of how you can actually create your self introduction videos. Okay, so here is one for you. You can watch the video.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
Hey man, you better slow it down. Hey man, you better slow it down.
Right. So when you look at the video and how it has been done, you find that even the last part of the video, she ends with a quotation by Agatha Christie. So we find that you can include something that really syncs with your thoughts. If you have found a quote which actually resonates well with what you think, even those can be a part of your videos. Okay, so you can, all of you can try it out. I hope all of you would really love to do it. And what are the things? Moving on to the next thing. Now, looking at the down the memory lane, what are the things that you have to include? Most of us have questions as to what can go into my self introduction, what can I exclude, what are the things I have to think about including in that. So some of these we thought we can give you as pointers. You can think of something that celebrations merely doesn't mean your birthday, or something of a physical celebration as such. It could mean something that you would love to do, you enjoy doing, you want to celebrate it with everyone around you. You can also talk about your travels. If you are a person who would love traveling, you can talk about your accomplishments. These are a very important part or aspect of self introduction. If in your school or in your college days, if you have been a part of some committees, or you have taken the lead role in doing something, in organizing some events, All these can be a part of your accomplishments or achievements. And then you can also relish the beautiful moments that you had in your life and important people. Then you can talk about the challenges or obstacles that you have had in your life and how did you overcome them. All these can be a part of your self introduction. So these are only a few pointers that we thought we can give you. The others you can keep adding as and when you think they can go into your introductions. Okay. Next, we will look at how you can put it together. Now you have a lot of things. It is essential that you always edit the drafts that you have. So whenever we write something, whenever we prepare something, editing is an important part of that. So when you have all the material ready for your introduction videos, how do you assemble them? How do you organize them? You can pick some photographs of something that you really want to include as a part of your video, put them in a folder. Then you can also think of people who have influenced you or places you have visited, something that really had an impact on you as a person. You can draw from those experiences and create a short list of that. Then you can think of things that people would love to know about you. So this I have mentioned when I was doing the first part, how unique you are as a person. So you can include those interesting things or facts about yourself which people would be interested to know more. And then now you have to decide on what you would like to include in your introduction. So you have a list of things, try to segregate them, use different folders and create different things, put everything in each of them, decide on what you can use for your intro. And then dividing the content also when you're doing it, put it into two different segments or sections. One is casual and the other is formal. In a professional context or when you're doing it in a formal way, self introductions are quite different. But we are trying to look at your casual forms or in a social context, how they are used. So you can use some of these photographs or words or phrases that can go into different heads, and then you can give use your creativity and do it in a casual way. Okay. uh, the next one. So moving on to the next part, how do we do it in different phases? We will just walk you through another short video and then we'll see how you do it, the stages or the process in which you can
लाइफ तो
organize your.
किसी की भी परफेक्ट नहीं होती है ना. वी ऑल गो थ्रू आवर शेयर ऑफ स्ट्रगल्स.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I love traveling. I dream to travel around the world. I love drawing too. Watercolor is my favorite. I was a student major in hotel management before, but now I'm a student of digital television and broadcasting. You may want to know why. When I was 90 years old, I worked as a hotel trainee in Tibet, and I just didn't feel right. One day, I started recording. I started to do more and more, and I really enjoyed it. Live a life you will remember is my life goal. I hope that I can just do what I love.
Okay, so now you've watched the video, you can do it as you like. We are just giving you some tips on different ways in which some introductions can be done. Okay, so what is the process that is involved in the whole thing when you're creating a self introduction video? So we'll look at the process, how you can do it, how you can organize it, how you can structure it. So you begin with your name. So this need not essentially be your basic details like your name, your parents, and then the place where you come from. You can do it in a unique way. You can begin with your, an experience that you had, a unique experience you had, something very interesting about yourself, so that the other person knows. Okay, a hook sentence, that is something I mentioned earlier. So you can begin with something like that to catch the attention of the audience. You can also, when you're describing the place where you come from. For example, if I come from Vizag, it is also called the city of destiny. So I can use certain terms like that, something very special about the place you come from, and then why interesting facts about how this has come up. The name is given to a particular city, so that can go into the introduction to make it more attractive. And then you can talk about your hobbies, so what you enjoy doing, your interests, what do you do in your leisure. Then when you're talking about your grades, it's not merely like I have done my plus 2 from so and so school, plus 10th from 10th grade from so and so school. You can perhaps focus more on what defines you better as an individual there. So when you're talking about your family as well as your grades in school or in high school, you can just mention how different you are. So apart from academics, I used to participate in these kind of activities. So I was really a sports person, and I'm interested to continue doing this even after I graduate. So anything that is related to or you're interested in that makes you different, apart from your academics, you can include those as well. And then you have to include your strengths. This is very, very important, because others will know you better if they know that you can be a part of the team or you can work in collaboration with others. So that will definitely give you an edge, and people will identify that okay, this is their strength, so I can definitely collaborate them on in this aspect, or I can definitely take their experience and then learn something from it. So all these can happen when you include your strengths in the introduction. So these are some of the things that can be a part of your video. And next, when after you structure your introduction, the next thing that you have to look at is, as an individual, when you have all these things together, how you edit it, how you put everything together, and move on. Okay, next. So some do's and don'ts, all of you can go through them. When you are rehearsing, it is good to rehearse. It's important that you practice before you actually record your videos. But one quick suggestion is that it's important that you be your natural self. Don't memorize whatever you have prepared. So it's more like it comes out naturally. And all of us are nervous. See, it is not like all of us do not have stage fright, we do not commit mistakes, but it is always a learning experience. So even if you're nervous, please give an attempt. Once or twice we fail, but definitely we will do better in all our attempts. So if you are yourself, the video would come out more naturally and it would be recorded well. So please take care of that. And also the kind of cultural and professional context in which you are speaking, even these things are important. So you can remember that these are also important when you're recording the videos. And one important thing is maintain an eye contact with the audience. So all this is very, very important. So remember the do's and don'ts when you are preparing your self intro. And you have something called the spotlight effect. We have mentioned this on your left. So we try to become or think that, you know, how much others are noticing us, how much others are trying to criticize us or trying to judge us. All these inhibitions we have, apprehensions we have. So try to come out of it, be your natural self, and come out of that spotlight effect. Okay, that is something for you, the do's and don'ts. And then moving on to the last part of this self introduction, here is how you go about the whole thing. Uh, Remember your audience, you have to plan first, think of your skills, the talents, interests you have, and use some of the tools. So we are going to give you, I think most of you are aware of Powtoon and Animoto, something that you can use for your introduction videos. And begin doing it now. Don't think that it is, too early to do the self intro, but you can keep adding on as and when you feel so. So start doing it now, and you can add so much in the process. Okay, and try to be as original as possible, right? And what is important for these self introductions? So, in order to prepare the self introduction, we need an awareness about ourselves as well. So, some of us are not very comfortable using or appearing in the video. We don't want to feature in the video. So, you can create animated videos as well. And we have one sample for you about an animated video on an animated video. So, you can look at this. You have so many examples online. we have just given you some hints, clues as to how you can do it.
Spending too much time prospecting? Introducing Lucia, the perfect tool for any company.
Thank you, sir. So we have this video, a sample for you. So you can now, put everything together, whatever we discussed in this session about self introductions, and you can move on. So your introduction could be for about 30 to 45 seconds, not more than that. So you're not creating a resume as such. So please be as casual as possible, creative as possible, and do it in about 30 to 45 seconds. Okay. And we will share it with you where you can post these videos, or you can do it for yourselves. We'll walk you through that process as well. Okay. So you can use some of these online platforms, Powtoon and Animoto, to create the videos online. Right. The last part is love yourself, and you are unique, and that is how all of us are together. So no matter what you have to offer to the world, you are the only one, and no one else can be like you. So be proud of who you are, and then try to move on with the strengths you have, and also as a person what you can deliver to others. Okay. So this is all about the self introduction, and hope all of you will definitely try out creating videos, or you can work on your self introductions as well. Okay, this could be online, offline, both. Okay, right. So we'll move on to the next segment of today's session. That is again something to do with self awareness and how you know more about yourself. Because when you are introducing yourself, again, it is important that you understand what you are first, and then understand what the strengths are. So over to Subhashish. Thank you all for the patient listening, and Subhashish sir will take you through the next part of the session. He would give you some inputs on developing
Thank you, ma'am.
self-awareness, things like that. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Subhashish, one of the colleagues of Dr. Lalitha, who spoke to you right now. And I was observing it was a wonderful session on self-introduction, right? Now, we all know why self-introduction is so necessary. And we got some input from this session also that how to do it. Yes, we know we need to introduce ourselves, how to do it, and how to do it effectively. Some inputs are there. Obviously, our session is not enough to know everything, and a lot of suggestions, tips, and do's and don'ts, everything came our way. So don't worry. I know something is rumbling in your stomach. It's already past 12:30, so I'll not take a lot of time from you. That's a promise. You might be started feeling hungry. Like, let it be over. I'll go and have my lunch. Okay, it will be over in no time. So, to talk about self-awareness, and it's like in continuation to self-introduction. Yes, we are skilled, we know how to introduce ourselves. But friends, one thing for sure, no man is an island. That's a beautiful quote from Mark Twain. No man is an island. When I say that, what do I mean? It means how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, how great you are in your own perspective is not everything in your life. We have to come out of our own self and present ourselves to others, present ourselves to the society, to the community, to our colleagues, to our friends, to our teachers, to be successful. I think nobody will disagree on this point. You cannot be successful on your own. It takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of effort along with everybody around you. Then only you become successful. You go ahead in the journey of success. Now, for that, yes, it starts with your self introduction in a most effective way. But at the same time, how you coordinate with others, how you communicate with others, how you, the self, let's say Shashank is one of the candidates out here, how Shashank feels, how Shashank introduces himself is one thing. It's the most vital and initial part of any communication, but that doesn't end there. How we carry forward the communication, how we collaborate and coordinate with everybody around us. If there are 10 people, they sit together and introduce each other. Is that end of it? No, that's the beginning of it. So we'll see how we carry forward the communication, how we put ourselves, how we coordinate with others. It can be a small group, it can be a large group, it can be social gathering, it can be a professional gathering. How you coordinate, how we go ahead, how we communicate successfully. So when I use this word communicate henceforth, it's not about how you introduce yourself only, rather how you understand others, how you make yourself to be understood well by others, everything. Now it's a multilateral perspective. Now, when I say multilateral, it means it's not from you to others, it's both ways. It's from others to me and from me to others, both ways. Let's have a look at it. Now, there are several ways to understand. So one very simple way, which was devised by two of renowned psychologists, American psychologists. So one tool, one such way to understand this, I'm not saying you follow this every time you go out, but we understand how this communication works, how we facilitate it successfully. Now, do you know what is Johari window? Just a yes, no will do in the box. Anyone? Johari window? Anyone? Okay, yes. Go on. Okay, there are a couple of our friends. They know what is a Johari window. Now, Johari is not a word. It's not a word that we understand from dictionary. Rather, like these acronyms you put together, like every letter has a meaning. I'm just deviating a little bit. Does anybody know what is the like the acrostics you did? What is the meaning of this word? Adidas. Adidas, you know that the biggest brand in sports and all. All day I dream about sports. That's Adidas. I know half of you know it. For the rest of your friends, that's the word. All day I dream about sports. Adidas. So likewise, some words are always created out of letters. So is this concept, Johari window. So window is just like we have windows at home. Now this Johari window looks like this. Now there are 4 compartments. You might have a different kind of window at home. It's just a very simple, conventional sense of a window. There are 4 compartments in it. Now, why am I talking about all this? Is it related to communication? Yes, it is. So have a little patience, 2 minutes. I'll get into that. Yeah. So when we talk about Johari window, it's a bit of history. It was this is a theory actually. It's not a window. It's not a physical window you look through. Rather, it's a conceptual window where 2 psychologists, Joseph Luft and Harry Ingram. So their first names, Joseph and Harry. These 2 are taken, so it becomes Johari window. It's a model. Look at the second box. What it is. Johari window is a model to understand ourselves, to create self-awareness. Now, when we talk about self, If Shashank says I, Shashank is the self for Shashank, right? So you are the self. So when you are aware of yourself, what does it mean? Being aware of oneself. It means you get to know what kind of person you are. There is nothing right and wrong. Somebody is shy, somebody is talkative, somebody is confident, somebody is little introvert. That's fine. All types are okay. But we need to know what we are, right? So accordingly, you can devise your plan of zooming off in the field of communication, profession and all. Any profession you choose. Trust me, there is no profession in the world that doesn't involve communication. It can be online, offline, what kind of communication it might be, but you communicate with others, then you succeed. Then you go up and up and up ever in your journey of success. Now that first step is know yourself, present yourself. That starts with self-introduction. Now, coming back. Now, when self-awareness, personal development, how do you develop? You know your personality, you understand it a little, then you groom your personality a little, then it goes on, right? How you perform certain things individually, how you perform certain things, certain tasks in a team, in a small group, in a large group, all those things are understood with self-analysis, self-awareness. Now, for this tool, just let's through this tool, we understand how communication works, how your thought process, the words, the sentences, the expressions, how they figure, how you figure out, how you use them. Now, the four windows you see, now there are four letters written here. One is open, a blind spot, hidden, and unknown to all. Now, obviously, I'm using these terms. You might be thinking, what are these? Why am I using these terms? Questions? Good. Good to have questions. Now, with this compartmentalization of our personality traits, we understand what kind of personality we have, how we manipulate that, how we polish those attributes. So here we include feelings, experiences, your perspectives, your opinions, views, attitudes, the skills you have. Somebody who can climb a tree, I cannot. Shashank can swim 100 meters in 15 seconds, I cannot. So certain can and cannot, some abilities certain people have, others do not have. So these are not exclusive to everybody. So what skills do you have? What are your intentions? What are your plans? What are your observations of the world? How do you find motivation? No? How you find motivation is not equal to everybody. It's not same. The source is not same. Some people watch motivational videos, they get motivated. Some people observe others functioning in the same field in real time, they are motivated. Somebody gets motivated by reading stories. That's fine. So why I'm saying all these? Because every individual is different. You are unique. That's the point we started with. Remember when Lalita ma'am started? You are unique. So stop comparing with others. Stop comparing yourself with anybody else. As a composition, as a union of many qualities, skills, intentions, and attitudes, you are unique. So you need to understand yourself and go ahead with your communication. So let's see how a person interacts in relation to his or her own team. Because trust me, you are not an island. In real time, you communicate with others. That is how it goes. You don't talk to yourself. If you start talking to yourself, your parents will come and slap you. They say, mad fellow, what are you doing? You need treatment or what? Right? Don't talk to yourself, talk to others. Now, here I want you to work with me on, I hope you have pen and paper alongside. Check pen and paper, draw this kind of box, put it in 4 slabs, the way these 4 compartments are there. Quick, it doesn't take a lot of M.F. Hussain kind of painting, like skill in painting. Just put 4 boxes. Now in the first box, I hope you are following. In the first box, as we discuss, you can note down certain things when I tell you. Now in the first box, what you have to write down is certain attributes, certain qualities, certain, what do you say, observable aspects of your personality, you as an individual. For example, let's say, I'm aware that you can't see me right now, but I know my hair is straight. The pattern of my hair is straight. So I keep putting them in a particular pattern. I take care of my hairstyle. So I know how does my hair look? And that is something you can observe also when you see me. You can observe from your friend, you can observe from your siblings. So you know what kind of hairstyle do you have, and others also can see that. So this is observable. Listen to this. The aspects of your life, observable aspects of your life that you know about yourself and others also can observe. Like your dressing sense. You know it. I can see that. Your hairstyle. You know it. I can see that. Your hand movement. No, there are certain aspects like when we are talking to somebody, we're engrossed in a discussion. Some people have this habit of scratching their head. Some people have their habit of moving their hands a lot while talking. Some of them, they blink a lot. So why I'm saying all these? Because these are personal attributes, individual attributes that you can know about yourself and others can observe. So such aspects, at least 2 or 3, you can write down in this box. The left top box about yourself, that you know about yourself and others also know that. Any quality, any attribute, any aspect of your life. At least 2, write down in that box. Come on, it's not difficult. I'm talking about yourself. You don't have to write about me. You know, when Lalita ma'am, she was talking, you could hear her, you couldn't see her, but in that voice, you see, she was confident. Now, she knows she is confident. You know, by listening to her, you know she is confident. Or her command over voice, her command over language. So these are observable behaviors we can observe on our own, and also others can observe that, right? Now let's go to the next one. Now this is a blind area. Now what is blind area? Now this you do not know instantly. These aspects we are not aware of. You become aware of these aspects only when you reflect. You sit back, reflect on your like discussion with somebody. You had a chat, you had some communication with others. When you reflect, then you get to know what are the positives, what are the negatives. Why is this part necessary? How is it related to your English language communication? Because English is not a natural, as in, it's not a familiar language to us as our mother tongue is. Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Punjabi, these are mother tongues you have. But English is an acquired language, it's a taught language. So when we communicate in English, it's possible that we make certain errors that we don't observe, we are not aware of. But others can observe. That's why it's a blind spot. You know, those who know about some knowledge of driving you have, when you take a L kind of turn, sharp turn you take on a road, there is always a blind spot you cannot see. You assume that, but you cannot see. Similarly, you assume certain qualities in you, but you cannot see. Others, they can observe, they can point out your errors. So every time, once one discussion is over, one part of our communication is over, if you reflect back a little, then you can find out, I did this mistake. I should not be scratching my head while talking, or I should not be scratching my nose while talking to my teacher. It's bad manner. So all those others can observe, you cannot. Maybe because of anxiety, because of excitement, you oversee those, you overlook such aspects. Can you write down a couple of those things that you did in the past That is a part of your communication in the past. Right now, you're aware. Okay, think about it. It takes time. This one is not easy because you have to reflect on your own behavior, own language errors, your communication patterns, your physical appearance, your what do you say, facial expressions, body movements, and trust me, everything will be taken care of in future. Now, these are hidden, self-identified, hidden aspects. What does it mean? You know certain qualities you have. Like, let's say, somebody writes poetry. That's also a skill. That's also a part of your personality. But you have kept all the poetry in a locked pin. What do you say that? Coded folder in your laptop. Nobody has seen that. So we don't know whether how beautiful your poetry is, how beautiful the paintings are, right? So certain qualities you know you have, but you just don't show it to the world out of anxiety, out of some fear, out of low self-esteem maybe, but you don't show them. Think about it. Everybody has such qualities. We call them, those hidden treasures, talents. All talents are not known to the world. You have it. And you know it. And you have kept it hidden. You can note down those. Couple of them, just two, or one such thing. Yeah, nice. As I said, as we talk, you can write down. So the next one, the fourth one, is little tricky, very, very tricky. Unknown area. Now, what is unknown? Now, these are latent abilities, innate abilities within you. There are certain abilities. I'm not going religious, just as a story. You might have heard the story about Hanuman. So Hanuman, when he jumped from from Kanyakumari and he reached Lanka, Sri Lanka, that goes as part of Ramayana, right? He didn't know that he can do it. Somebody had to come and encourage him. Even the person who is encouraging, he doesn't know. He was just motivating. Can you do it? Try, give your best. Then he jumped in, and one jump he crossed the ocean. Now, such qualities which are hidden, you don't know you can do it. Nobody else knows you can do it. Now, that's the catch. So they come out as you live by, as you communicate, as you keep opening up, meeting new people. Don't shy away. Keep meeting new people, talk to them, try unravel different skills, different different activities you can practice, outdoor practices, indoor practices. Then you got to know, hey, I have this, I can do it. Certainly you discover it. So that's all about Johari window when we talk about our personality traits. Now, why is it necessary? Why is it relevant? Because all four windows, all four panels, those compartments, they represent different aspects of your personality. Now, how can you use this model? Quickly go through this. As I'm talking, quickly go through the 5 points written on the left. Don't try to unravel this structure. There is nothing. These points are fine. So when you walk in a team, third point I want to bring your attention to. So when others know about your flaws, your errors, your mistakes, or the negative aspects of your personality, they'll give you feedback. A team functions that way. A good team don't pull each other's leg. They give you feedback. Now, Shashank, you are speaking very fast. Slow down. Shashank, you are moving your hands and legs while talking a lot. Don't do that. So that's how you become aware of your own flaws or small little errors in your communication. That's how we grow as a team. You give feedback to others, others will give feedback to you. That's how we grow. We take it as a learning curve. And in a team, we discover each other's positives. We try to acquire it. If he can swim, I will go and swim. If he can give a 15-minute lecture or presentation, I will try it. That's how we motivate each other, learn from each other, and help support each other. The constructive feedback, exactly what I told you right now. Constructive feedback is the growth, key to growth. What does it mean? So instead, when we get to know each other's flaws, we don't underestimate anybody. We don't pull each other's leg. We don't humiliate anyone. Because if there is a flaw, if there is a possibility of making error, that is the possibility of learning something new. You made an error or you make a mistake because you don't know that. It's fine. Nobody knows everything. So that way, we support each other. If I know something, I'll share with you. That's how Geetam students function. That's where all these student communities, student clubs we have here, they will come to play. You are not an isolated individual in a classroom with a book or a tool in the for your practicals in your labs. No, you are always in a team. Sometimes a small team of 5 or 6, 3 maybe, sometimes a team of 30, 40, 60. According to the task, that changes. So you will be part of various teams in academia or non-academic stuff, extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, everything is encouraged. Be a part of it, help others, take help from others, help with feedback, tell them what to do, don't do it for them. Tell them how to do it. And if you don't know, others will come and they will support you with that. So that's the point. Give and receive a lot of feedback. That's a practice. It comes through practice. Don't bring your ego in. Your ego should not be stopping you from taking feedback. I will not ask him. I have a lot of pride. Don't do that. Not necessary. Everybody has something unique. So that's how we grow. Accept feedback. Don't feel bad if somebody is coming to you with somebody, you are making these mistakes. Rectify those. Don't feel bad. So there is an attitudinal change, what we need, what we have to cultivate when we are here. That's it. How we motivate each other. It's not about me, it's about we. The moment you say we, you are there, you are learning. At the same time, there are others alongside, friends. Don't leave anybody as a classmate. They will all be friends. Yeah, these are the benefits. Quickly, you go towards innovation, optimizes time. Optimizes time means it doesn't increase the time limit. Rather, it makes you use the limited time in the most optimal way. And the outcomes will always be positive. You become joyful, you become successful, and you become more confident. All the positive outcomes will be there when you function as a team. Right. Almost exactly what we have discussed. That's how we grow. That's how we grow as a team. In top, the first picture is about academia. It's your academic stuff. Second one is a social human being. You grow all the way when you become a team player. Don't be an individual with all potential, rather a team player with all performance. Potential doesn't give you anything. Performance does. Yeah. This is all we did in this session. We learned how to introduce ourselves, what are the do's and don'ts of it, how to create a good impact with your self-introduction, and how to prepare self-introduction videos. Then we got to know how we identify our qualities, how to categorize them, how to use them. How your flaws or known and unknown aspects of your personality is going to shape up. How you get to know about all those. That's all we learned today. This is something you can do. And we'll share a link later on where you can drop your videos, self-introduction videos will come with and give a feedback. Yeah. Now it's time for a quiz, very small quiz. It will be shared in your chat box. In fact, just 1 minute. The link will be shared. Click on the link, fill in those question answers. Yeah, the link is shared in the chat box. Please, all of you. There are quite a few, very small number of questions actually. Okay, just a second. Will be shared. Just a second. Ma'am is in the group. In the group. Just a second. Yeah, we'll share it.
Hello, everyone. Another important announcement, the video self-introduction videos and the other activities or any other assignments that the other faculty also share with you. We are creating a Gmail account exclusively for the induction program, and we'll share it in the next class. So you can send all these videos and other activities, you can send them to that mail. Okay? We'll get back to you. You can post these things before your classwork begins. Is that clear enough for all of you? Right.
Yeah, you can wait. Everybody, please wait. I'm sharing the link. If you keep on writing in the chat box, it'll scroll up. Yeah, here is the link. Please fill in that box. Yeah, Madhim, ma'am.
Dear students, we created a Gmail account. I'm posting it in the chat box. To that mail ID, you send your self-introduction videos.
It's coming, it's coming. The mail ID is coming. It will be shared in the chat box. Yeah. It's here.
I
So
shared
please
it in the
copy
chat
it.
box.
For a minute, please, nobody should just wait to put your chats. Wait. Don't put anything in the chat box. This mail ID will go up. Wait for a minute. So whatever you have to write, just wait. Ma'am, please share it once more. So slowly this.
I disabled the chat.
Yeah, great.
Now please check the mail ID and post your self-introduction videos. Mail them to this mail ID.
Take a note of this mail ID because once we close the session, it will not be available. So take a note down there. Geetam Induction Program 2021 at the rate of Gmail.
Okay, thank you all. We will meet again in the second session on 24th. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks everybody for joining in. See you on the next session. Bye.
Right.